A wedding only happens once for most people. It is the day that celebrates love and the ceremony to match the grand idea of two people being legally bounded and the promise to take care of each other for the rest of their life. So today I want to talk about a couple, right, that recently got married and their execution of the wedding went viral because it was grand to them, but it was almost slipshod compared to the social norm. So let me show you a clip of their wedding.
Groom and the bride, Daniel and Felicia.
She's playing on the iPad, by the way.
Cannot be grand, right?
Just nice.
That's actually very nice, eh?
That's why I say it's grand to them, because it's a very special moment for them. So what do you guys think of the wedding?
I think this is the first wedding I've seen. Everybody who attended all super happy.
And
I mean,
truly
it's
care.
small. That's why. Because most weddings you go to, right, about 30% to 50% are people you don't even care. And they also don't care. Sometimes they don't even want to be there, but for formality's sake, they come, give the ang pao, then they just eat and chow. But this one is like really the people who matter are there.
Yes.
And it wasn't like I need to show or anything. Like literally the girl was playing on the recorder a bit wrong, then she laughed all. It was just like chill. Very nice.
Total only 15 people turn up.
1550.
1515. Yeah.
For me, I feel if they are happy, right, can already. For me, I don't think that's a wedding that I want for myself. It's at
Okay, you won't be happy like that. Why won't you be happy like that?
okay. Firstly, right, I feel a wedding should be more grand.
Why should they?
Because it's a once in a lifetime thing.
Okay, not for you, but okay, let's say it's a once in a lifetime event. Why should this event be grand?
Okay.
What's the rationale?
Okay, in my opinion, a Malay wedding, a Muslim wedding, right, is not as grand as that of a Chinese wedding.
Okay.
If let's say it's in a hotel ballroom and whatnot.
Okay.
But I still feel a Malay wedding, right, is way better than this in so many levels.
Okay. Okay.
This one is done inside a house, a HDB house. Then the decor is not nice. The walk-in is also not that fantastic. Yeah,
You see how she smiled when she walked in?
yeah. It's only cute, right? Because it went viral.
Okay, so would you prefer having your wedding, right, with 90% of the people that you care about being there and maybe at the first place that you and your wife met? Or a grand ballroom, right, with maybe about 40% that care about you. The rest is like...
You can have a grand ballroom, but don't need to have those 30 to 50% of people that don't care you also, right? Like, basically, I think the idea of like a wedding, it should be like you invite the ones that only matters like that. Be it, I think, where is it, I feel that should be the way. And it really depends on the couple. If the couple is like subtle, they like intimacy, they like within their like closed door or like close inner circles like that, then I think that makes sense. Like it's each to his own like that. Then for some people who also like they don't care the rest of the people, then they just don't invite. But then they have that kind of rah-rahness, all this, it's also like a pleasant like pleasure to themselves also. It really depends on the thing. Yeah.
And I guess it's pretty normal to match the both together because a lot of times when you have it grand, you have the space, you might as well invite more people, number one. Number two, the cost will also be higher. And
So you need to invite more
sometimes,
people.
yeah, so sometimes you also need to invite more people. That is just the ugly truth lah, but I think that's why a lot of times it's combined.
Like, clearly it is to each his own, right? How you want your wedding to be. But I want to understand why is it that there's kind of an expectation that it's supposed to be this event that is celebrated in a large way instead of like just in 3 hours it's done at home within like 15 people. How come there's this expectation? I want to understand.
I think it like boils down to, like 5,000 or 2,000 ago where the Chinese, let's say that we take Chinese as an example, right? How they like married the lady, right, is they use the carriage, they'll bring the carriage, then they'll strike the gong, all these kind of things, right? To make it rah-rah that, oh, I'm bringing this girl is like my wife, that kind of thing. It's like to do that kind of extravagant celebration like that. So I think like all the big occasions in life, like marriage, death, I don't know, like it's like you need to make known to people like that. Yeah.
Because if that's the case, then there shouldn't be it should be done this way, ma. Because I feel, right, it is a lot to do with pressure, which is why people, I'm not saying you're the only one who feels this way. Even I understand why people feel this way. I feel the expectation comes in because of societal pressure. Because if, let's say, the enjoyment and the celebration is what matters, this is peak enjoyment and celebration. The two people who matter on that day are super happy, celebrating each other and celebrating the people they love, and they're super happy. So you put them in a different setting where they have to kind of invite maybe 60% of relatives who they don't care about just to make the numbers so that they can host at this ballroom where one table is what 2,000 plus or what. I don't think they'll be this happy. So if you really want to talk about it should be for them to feel celebrated and stuff, right? I think this one makes more sense, right? Not that I personally would want this lah, but it goes more in line with that idea of celebration rather than we call people and then you throw this grand thing where it's not really celebrating. You're just like following social norms only.
Yeah, but to be fair, right, we all know that the wedding is not just for the couple, ma, correct? It's for the family as well. And also friends, if they really matter, right? I mean, honestly, like, the friends shouldn't have a say. I mean, your mother have a say in your wedding is okay.
But should it ever be for the family also?
A lot of times, right, the family matters. Right? Let's say for Chinese, right, some mother, they keep the table money, Some parents, they keep the table money. Or like, for the Muslim wedding, right, the father can invite all their friends, they show off, this kind of thing. So the ceremony matters for the family. So maybe there's a pressure from the family side, like you said, social pressure, right? But I feel the wedding, right, should mainly depend on the wife. When they are young, they are, because of nurturing from the shows that they watch or from other external sources, however, right, they are geared towards a certain kind of wedding, to think to a certain kind of wedding. And if they want that kind of wedding, right, like a grand wedding, then why us as a guy, right, cannot give that to the girl? They plan like
then
20,
if let's say it's like this girl,
if they are okay with it.
If let's say this girl's idea of the perfect wedding is this, but the guy wants to do it in a ballroom, according to your logic, you should follow the girl, right? Which one do you think is right?
I think for Singapore, marriage is also quite practical, right? So you guys have to discuss lah. I would think that the ballroom would trump the HDB wedding.
So then it's not what the girl wants already, right?
But like I said, there must be a discussion, and the discussion, if there's the pros outweighs the cons.
Yeah, then it's no longer what the girl wants. It's what's the pros and cons already at. So once the pros and cons are stated, one is clearly ahead regardless who wants what. Because one factors in other people and what society thinks and all this. But one is just for the girl or the guy.
Because for a wedding, right, especially when it comes to planning who to invite, right, sometimes you also don't want to offend a lot of people. So you just invite the masses. So
it's true lah.
So if let's say they do a small scale wedding like that, right, like they only invite 50 people, some people are like, hey, you think what, I don't wish the best for you guys, man. I also want to come, I prepare my $200 ang pao already, but you never invite.
I hope pandemic comes again.
Don't need to invite.
Not for this reason.
It's not the worst thing I ever heard.
Okay, so one common factor that we have all talked about, right, was the people there watching us, being in the ceremony and all. I want to ask you guys, if no one was watching at all, it's just you and your partner, how would you do your wedding?
Okay, actually for me, right, last time I always dream about having a beach wedding. But for one particular reason only. It's because, let's say you go for a very traditional wedding, walk down the church, all this, right? The girls, right, have to wear heels.
Even on the beach,
Can also
with
wear
her knees in the sand, she's still...
Wow, very practical reason.
Yeah, because you cannot take away the beauty of the bride. She want to wear heels, she want to look most perfect that day. But let's say if we change the location, must wear like.
And the beach, right, is like declared like the kind of one. Then she must say, hey,
Hey, never think about that. Those kind of anklet, this kind of like
beach shoe.
Beach, no.
Is
Beach sandals, those bikes.
On my favorite thing.
That's the reason.
Win-win, eh? Yeah.
A personal favorite.
It's funny you mentioned that because if let's say I can imagine the ideal wedding just two of us, it would actually be at Hawaii. Beach setting
Wow,
also.
sure.
Wearing that luau or whatever with the lei. We have those Hawaiian music playing. The people we care about, and it's like, you know, they have the lights with the tiki torches and the fairy light kind
lights,
of thing. That kind of wedding by the beach, I think is actually very beautiful. Very typical lah, but I think very beautiful.
It's true. The missus, what is your dream wedding, or what would you want it to be if no one was watching? Maybe we'll be at the side lah, but
Don't know, I was just thinking like maybe like, you know, go to Rome or go to Venice, like, or go to Spain, that kind, like this kind of
romantic city.
yeah, and then like there's this like place that I always see on IG, right? It's very famous one. So they will just stand in the middle, right? Then they will wear a very nice gown, or then, you know, it's just like roam around, like run around, and then like go to like Santorini, you know, that kind, like just experience like that. Then just do like that, yeah.
So, just
So
you
a
and-
wedding or a Europe tour?